Little boy reveals his dad's secret. Teacher does something extraordinary. Camden was a 4-year-old boy who is known to be playful and warm. However, in the last few days, the little boy seemed to be a bit under the weather. Nancy, his teacher, had noticed that he was unusually withdrawn and quiet. The little boy was isolating himself, and she knew that there was a reason for his atypical behavior. Nancy took Camden away to have some privacy and asked him how he was feeling. The little kid admitted that things were worrying at home and that he was afraid of seeing his father. It is never easy to ask a child's parent for information about their private lives, but if she really wanted to help Camden, she had to do it. When his dad, Daryl, received the call, he thought that his boy injured himself or got in trouble. But when Nancy told him the reason why she was calling, he was shocked into silence. Camden seemed to have blurted out his father's secret that the family was trying to keep from other people. Nancy had never heard anything similar to Camden's home trouble before. Apparently, uniformed strangers had been regularly visiting the little boy's home in the last weeks, and Camden was worried and terrified that his dad might be taken away again. As a teacher, Nancy knew that she should not be involving herself in the private life of a student. However, in her years working as a teacher, she had seen far too many situations like this getting out of control and ending in severe psychological damage to the child. Nancy felt that it was her duty to help this family, but before she could commit to it, she had a difficult choice to make. After school, Nancy went to a nearby hospital so she could complete the required paperwork. She was then told to get counseling and was referred to a psychologist. She needed to be sure that she was strong psychologically as well for what she was about to embark on. Daryl Peterson was suffering from kidney failure. His kidneys were getting weaker every day and were only functioning at 20% when Nancy learned of what was happening. After he answered her initial question, Nancy knew that she had to help his family in any way she could, and she was willing to walk an extra 1,000 miles for that. When she received her hospital test results, she got the confirmation that she was an ideal candidate. Camden's family was in complete disbelief. They had never thought that she would offer to do such a thing. Not many people would be willing to donate one of their kidneys to an even family member, let alone a complete stranger with no blood ties. The local news media heard of this heartwarming story and expressed their admiration for Nancy's selflessness. On the day her kidney was to be removed, Nancy said goodbye to family and friends and drove to the hospital for her surgery. Daryl later revealed that he actually had second thoughts about the whole thing. He knew that Nancy would be undergoing a serious operation and was worried that something could go wrong. The kidney removal was performed by a team including the best surgeons in Iowa, including Zoe Stewart-Louise, MD, Daniel Katz, and Alan Reed, MD. The doctors had to make sure that they didn't hurt Nancy when they took her kidney out of her body and also properly get it into Daryl's body. The operation was a success and didn't have any complications. The kidney was also transplanted into Daryl smoothly. A full recovery was expected for both him and Nancy. Daryl's family anxiously waited for Nancy to come out, and she was greeted by lots of hugging and tears. They told her that she was now family and that if she was ever to need anything, they would always be there for her. Now that Daryl was healthy again and had regained his full energy, Camden got his spark again and went back to being the cheerful, energetic little boy he was. All of his misery and fears had vanished when he knew his dad would be around for years to come. After both Daryl and Nancy recovered, they discussed what they could do to raise awareness about organ donation and decided that the first thing to do was bring it to the attention of the team at the University of Iowa Transplant Center. The media joined their campaign and expressed their support for Nancy and Daryl's mission. Many of their friends and family members joined in and supported their noble mission, one that could save numerous lives. Even though everyone was hailing Nancy as a hero, she doesn't really feel that she did anything extraordinary that should receive all that buzz. One of her friends donated her kidney to another member of her church years ago. Nancy was admiring the selfless act that became an integral part of the life odyssey of her friend. Seeing how her act changed her friend's life gave Nancy the leap of faith she needed to help Daryl. To her, donating her kidney was an expected service that anyone can do. She believes that people should do it for one another when possible, as one act of kindness can save a life and change many more. One thing to take from her story is the amazing impact heroic acts have, especially when they inspire other heroic acts. Nancy was ecstatic when the test results came out and confirmed that she was a perfect match for Daryl. She couldn't even bear to think of how disappointed she would be if she wasn't actually a viable donor. Nancy really wanted for her plan of helping Camden's family to come true with no setbacks. Now that we know quite a lot about Nancy's side on the matter and what fueled her decision, let's go to the actual recipient. What did Daryl think about it? Daryl has stated on many occasions that Nancy has become an integral part of his family no matter what happens. Besides that, the Petersons now consider the Iowa City team a part of their family too, as they have all shared a unique time in their lives that changed their worlds and gave a different turn to their lives. They simply couldn't imagine a future without one another in their lives. Here's to all the teachers who genuinely care about their students and would go the extra mile to help them.